Howdy one and all, and welcome to the latest in my series of 5 tips to get Pass A in your CELTA. So far my videos have focused on experiential tips, things I found have commonly been helpful for trainees to get a better handle on. This series will now zero in on the Cambridge assessment criteria and what you can do to effectively achieve each of them. I'm Fergus Fadden and I've been a CELTA tutor since 2011. I'm lucky to be able to say that I've delivered courses all over the world, including Brazil, South Africa, Ireland, Canada. Along the way, I've worked with and learned from some of the best in the industry. So let's get into this week's 5 tips on how to get a Pass A in your CELTA. First, I want to talk about your aims. But before I get into it, if you could aim your mouse, thumb, or index finger at the subscribe, like, and share button, I would mightily appreciate it. Your support encourages me to make more content. As you can see, I'm putting all of this together on a bit of a shoestring, and it is indeed a learning curve. I hope you get something out of these videos, and if you do, please do also give the video a thumbs up and share it on your social media. So let's get right into it. The first tip today is related to aims. Identifying and stating appropriate aims and outcomes for individual lessons. Writing clear aims and knowing the difference between the main and subsidiary aims. These are the things Cambridge are looking for. So setting out, are you doing a reading lesson or a listening lesson? Deciding, is it skills? Reading, writing, speaking, or listening? Or is it systems? Grammar, lexis, functions, and pronunciation in all of those really. Deciding those things in the beginning will tell you then, okay, is it skills? Then what sub-skill? So include the word, the skill, the listening, then include the sub-skill, listening for gist, listening for specific information. Or if it's writing, talk about what they will write. Will they write a letter? Will they write an email? Will they write an article? Talk about what they will do in your aim, and this will help it to be clearer. Following from this, you really should think about ordering activities. So ordering activities so they achieve lesson aims, sequencing the activities or the stages of a language-focused lesson in one of the ways you've learned on the course so that the aims are achieved. Sequencing the activities or stages of a skills lesson in one of the ways that you've learned in the course so that the aims are achieved. This is just making sure that your stages are good and logical. Ask your tutor, what happens first? Okay, it's a lead-in, then it's pre-teach vocab, then it's reading for gist, then it's reading for specific information, and finally it's a follow-up speaking task. Or if it's a grammar lesson, maybe it's a lead-in, and then it's a reading text, and then it's a guided discovery, and then it's controlled practice, free practice, and maybe some feedback at the end if there's time. Following these logically ordered frameworks for lessons will really help you achieve this criteria. Next, I want to talk about materials, but I'll get to that in just 1 second. If you are in need of a tutor to help you prepare to become an English language teacher, or maybe you need a teacher to help you prepare for IELTS or the C1 Advanced CIE or the C2 Proficiency, the CPE, or maybe some other training requirement, then if you do, please contact me on fergustrainer@gmail.com and we can discuss how I can help you achieve your goals. The third piece of advice today is to consider your materials. So, selecting, adapting, or designing materials, activities, resources, and technical aids appropriate for the lesson. Choose materials, tasks, and activities from the course book or course books and other sources that meet your aims. Create extra materials and tasks when appropriate. Adapt text so they're easier or more relevant for your learners. Adapt tasks so they present either more or less challenge for learners. What the assessment criteria is really looking for here is for you not to teach the book as if it's a hymn sheet. Teach your learners. So if your context where you're teaching requires you to change the text or the tasks a little bit, then do that. If it doesn't, there's no need, and just use the materials as they are if they will achieve the aim of your lesson. Always ask yourself that question. Does this achieve the aim of my lesson? If yes, use it. If not, adapt it. If totally not, change it. Fourth today is related to professionalism and presentation of materials. Presenting the materials for classroom use with a professional appearance and with regard to copyright requirements. Make sure your handouts are legible for students, and remember to put a copyright label on photocopies. So basically Cambridge is saying here, just don't throw out any old thing. Make sure it looks good. Make sure that if you were to receive those materials, you wouldn't think, teacher hasn't really made much of an effort here. It also doesn't mean that you need to hire a private graphic designer and produce your own front cover of Vogue or whatever it is. Present your materials professionally. And last but not least, make sure that you write clearly and in detail. So describing the procedure of the lesson in sufficient detail. Indicate what the learners will do so it is clear to someone who is reading the plan. Indicate what the teacher will do so it is clear to someone reading the plan. So this is really talking about the procedure of your lesson plan. Describe it as if you're writing an instruction manual how to exactly do that lesson. We always say, imagine it like this. Say you were sick one day and couldn't teach the lesson, but you could email your lesson plan, then that teacher should be able to deliver the lesson that you would have delivered. So there you have it, another 5 tips on how to get a pass A on your CELTA. Keep working, keep practicing, and stay dedicated to that. Whether it be today or one day, you will become that great teacher that your students want you to be. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.